My name is Jelani, but on the street and in the area and the community they call me J-Star. And I'm 29 years old. What I do in this liberty I live is just to organize myself in this unorganized place we always live, you know. I make the youths organize themselves in a real artistic moment. I'm just an artist, but my people call me a artist, you know.
I'm Alex Bernard from East London, 19. I've been out of education for about 3 years, I'll say.
Hi, my name is Charles. I'm 21 years old. Currently, I go to the university based in Greenwich, and what I'm studying is games and multimedia.
My name is Fatma Diwani. I'm 55 years old. I'm working in a nursery as a nursery nurse.
I'm Chris Leslie. I'm the Labour Member of Parliament for the Nottingham East constituency.
I think with the youth, sort of when they finish college, they're a lot more indecisive, whereas adults they've got a lot more history. They've either worked and they're not working anymore, whereas the youth haven't really had they don't really know what it's like to work. So there's a lot more unemployment. So it's harder for them to get jobs as well.
Unemployment, it comes with the society we live and the people who need to create these jobs for people like me and the future generation. Because if they have a trend for them to organize something or to build something to make this world and the whole universe a better place for us to live. So it's like each one teach one. So the elders need to teach the youngers, and the youngers what they learn in this day and the modern life we live right about now needs to express the same thing to the elders, which they never knew.
I think at this moment the employment is larger for the youngers because the older can't get a work. I have struggled for lots of years to find a job, but in last month I have applied a lot of jobs, and fortunately I get one which I like it.
Mainly, I say it's with the youths. Reason being is because I believe that we're in a time where there's lots of things going on, and like in terms of opportunity rises, there's certain youths who are like, I guess, how could I say it, influencing like kind of bad things and whatnot. So they have less opportunities. However, you can even say it's on the flip side because there's more inventions being created. So let's say employees are looking for young youths to actually, you know, take over them when they leave. So it's kind of on the flip side. But in terms of how it is, in my own opinion, I say less for the youths.
Well, obviously, I'm a Labour Member of Parliament for Nottingham. We're in opposition nationally, so I have my criticisms of the government's approach on youth unemployment in particular. In my own area in Nottingham East, youth unemployment for the long term has doubled in just the last 12 months alone, and so this is a real growing problem, particularly for that younger generation who I think, if they can't find work, if they can't convert all the stuff they've learned in school or in college into productive earned employment, that can be really depressing and dispiriting. So I think it's a real priority to focus on youth employment opportunities.
The first initial is L. Love is L. Life is L. As a matter of truth, you're looking at me, but you're listening. It's L. So when you listen, you learn, and you get the love, you laugh, you live, you have life, you know? Simple.
People, they might have their opinions saying, the government are only doing it for A, B, C, and have no interest for the youth, but for their own comfort, and for those people that are not on normal standards, but high standards, if that makes sense.
There's only so much they can do. They can't really just say, everyone have a job. I'm giving out 1 million jobs. So I think they're doing as much as they can. You can't really ask the government to give jobs to every single person that hasn't got one.
I don't think that they are doing much because there's a lot of people who are in job seekers, and they can't find a job. And when you went there in a job center, you just go and sign in. That's it. They don't even put effort to find you a job, to say that this is the job, you can go to work.
I'm saying the more unemployed people are in a society and the more unemployed people are in a community, and the more problems they will create. Because if mama wants some bread to eat and papa wants some shoes to wear and the son don't have nothing, and the pressure in the house, it even crash the family. And that's why people always end up in some family affairs. Mama saying this, papa saying this, sister saying that, brother saying that. We should get together.
I think it's both. Some want that kind of lifestyle and they choose to do it when sort of the people that they're looking at didn't have that choice. But a lot of people growing up now see it as they're making that choice for themselves.
Nature, because we all have a mind, so obviously we know what we're doing. But then after, you could say, if nature in terms of influence, I mean, you might have certain youths who do bad things only because they might not have a father figure, for example. So you might have boys who get involved in gangs, violence, simply because there's no father figure there to show them how they should be, for example, a man, what's right and wrong in life. So because of that, there's only so much that the mother can do, because that's not really her job to teach that boy the ways of how to become a man.
It depends really, because what I'm thinking is about the environment, what they're in, because rich people, they don't do, the children don't, they learn and they became in a higher class. But poor people, they don't go to school. They choose to go to school. They choose to go to work. And that's how they end up in, maybe some of them in gangsters, some of them they end up in going to work for the job which are not good.
Not all young people are the same. Some young people do really well and go on to university and go into employment, but there are still quite a large number of young people who, for various reasons, find themselves getting into trouble or getting into difficulties, and sadly in some cases it can lead to people falling foul of the law and even going to prison. Those are the cases where we've really got to intervene at an early stage to prevent that happening in the first place. Once people have been through that terrible criminal justice system, it's quite difficult to then lift them back out of it.
Sort of fast money, easy money, not relying on my mum or anyone else. You could have sort of the feeling of having whatever, whenever. If that makes sense, not really having to build up or work towards something and wait.
Focusing a lot of effort on preventing people from getting into the wrong path in the first place is what has to be done. And I think that means, not just decent quality schooling and job opportunities and training, but also, helping with housing and, the financial environment that they're operating in too, because, people do need money to survive, even if they're studying, not just if they're working.
Because I wanted my own independence, I've had to learn from making the wrong mistakes, and that's helped me be the person that I'm now, mature a lot quicker. But the media wouldn't see it; they'll see it the other way, as someone that just didn't want to listen, just wanted, they'll see it completely different.
The difference is, I'm a single mom, yeah, and I have children, but I have struggled to find a job because I want to work. I don't want to live on benefits. That's why I want to show people that all the single moms can work as I work too. They can do it.
We're in a very, very difficult economic climate currently, and youth unemployment is, I think, a reflection of the fact that a lot of companies are not recruiting. They're finding it very difficult to find customers to buy their products. And of course in the public sector, local authorities, NHS and others, they're actually also being told by the government to shrink their budgets.
I believe that is to get these youths involved in something that's positive, a positive environment, because if the youths are always around something that's negative, that's all they know. But if the government are able to strategize something to bring these youths into what's positive, but not only that, and doing it with a kind of not malicious intent, but a kind of thing where they're doing it out of a true, sincere interest for these people and to really portray that, but also making these youths understand that, you know, I understand your situation, so kind of relating to them in some type of way. So I don't know if, not emotional relation, I don't know if that would make sense, but basically making these youths feel that they're a part of society rather than disregarding them.
As long as you have confidence, you already got one, you know? But without confidence, I'm sorry, my friend, you will lose, you know? That's how it goes. You can create something and make jobs, you know? We can fry potatoes and sell them and sell chips.
Let's go. Let make it. Start with a perfect day, waiting for the future, yeah, you know what to say. Push to the limit, work so hard and describe how I feel every day. What goes up must come back down. Aim for the top, ain't gonna go down. I will chase my dream and run this race and let my hits go back around. I had it, I have it, I got this shit forever. With my team right next to me, other shit don't even matter. They tryna take my place cause I never had the courage before. I started rapping from scratch with nothing but the raising the scores. I gotta keep it real, rap positivity. Hold it down for God till the day he comes and lives in me. Haters tryna ride my swag, my flow and my sanity, but I'm the new future, I'll make change to humanity.